Welcome back to Universal Access on Governance. Here with Louie and Paula and Congressman Jack and Raylan. So right before the break, we were discussing his advocacies of food sovereignty and food security. But for the last couple of minutes, I want to move a little bit on to this other bill, which is pending in Congress, right before it's being accepted. So it's basically about improving the conditions of domestic workers.
That's right.
So if we could share a few words about that.
Thank you. The House Bill 553 was filed last July 1st, 2010. It was also filed, there was a Senate version filed by Senator Jingo Estrada, and through his stewardship, it was passed on third and final reading in the Senate last year. Unfortunately, in the House, it has not moved yet. The House bill is dictates basically the minimum standards for employment between for employment of a household help, and it's called the Batas Kasambahay or Magna Carta of Household Help. And part of the provisions that are involved, that are included, are basically setting a contract between employer and employee, setting the minimum wage standards for different parts of the country, the benefits that are supposed to be due the health, which include field health and SSS. Mandated also would be the 1 day a week day off, the 2-week paid vacation leave per year, and the 13-month pay. Those are the major provisions. Of course, the abusive language is prohibited. Acts of abuse are also prohibited, and the criminal justice system will apply to those particular aspects. But what we're trying to do with this bill is really seek the minimum standard for which a kasambahay is employed. And we want to do this because we want to be able to recognize the importance of this particular informal sector of our labor force in terms of the value that they give to our lives and to the productivity that they give as far as our daily lives are concerned.
Sir, how does the bill define a household help? I mean, there are many kinds of them.
Right.
Who would be included in this bill?
Well, basically anybody that is considered to be a maid, or a driver, or a houseboy, or anybody who helps within the household. There are also provisions that prohibit the employment of underage members of the household. Alam naman natin, Louie, that because our relationships with our kasambahay tend to be a very long-term and personal level.
Yes.
Sometimes our old kasambahays bring in their families as well, no?
That's
But there has to be limits in terms of the hours that underage kasambahay serve. There has to be a limit in terms of the number of hours that the kasambahays actually perform their duties, and certain limits in terms of what kind of tasks they should be doing.
Just a bit of, personal curiosity. I mean, you are an advocate of the kasambahay.
Yeah.
What inspired
What
you?
inspired me? We had this. What inspired me really was we had this labandera, and who we thought we treated very, very well. We provided for her. We provided for her family. Libre pa nga yung education ng mga anak niya. And yet, I would notice from time to time that the billfold that I would have in my pocket, bigla na lang mawawala, mamabawasan ng 5,000, 2,000, sometimes 10,000. And you trust them with everything. You trust them with your clothes, you trust them with your money, you trust them with your attaché case, you trust them with your children. So I didn't think much of it until one day I started to suspect that somebody was making kupit. So I put exactly a certain amount of money in my pocket and I marked the bills. And sure enough, nawala yung bills na yun. And we went to her and I said, Eddie, after finding out who it was, I said, Eddie, bakit? And she said, sir, kasi wala naman nag-aalaga sa amin. Wala kaming karapatan. Naninigurado lang ako.
See, there should be something behind.
Yeah.
So this happened in '97 when I was still in the private sector.
And how does this bill of yours, you think, to really address such a concern?
Well, basically, there's a bill that will protect their rights already, and it will the supplemental bills that we envision for this will basically, you know, we will have training for them, we'll have an educational program for them, and we will have an agency that will handle their requirements and their concerns.
How time flies, Paula, when you have a very good
Thank you.
guest. Sir, you have a few minutes.
Thank you,
please.
Louis. Thank you, Paula.
Few words for our listeners.
Thank you for giving me the time to share with you a little bit of our advocacy. Just to underscore, the House of Representatives is working hard, and they are putting forth the effort to ensure that the concerns of their constituencies and the citizenry are addressed, and their needs are met. And it give us time. We are doing our best given the constraints that are put forth before us, and hopefully within the next few months you will see under the leadership of Speaker Belmonte, you will see a very vibrant house that has a lot of inputs and outputs and deliverables to the Filipino people.
That okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President Jack of Cagayan. Hope we can have you again
Soon.
soon.
Anytime, let me know. I'll be back.
So thank you very much. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you, Louis. We'll see you all next week, 2 to 3 p.m.